Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch, a two-part baseball segment
combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert.
This is the Pitch Clock.
Back here on another episode of the Pitch Clock. Very excited. I have Chris Cody with me for today's game, and we're going to be squaring off. It's going to be a group competition against our baseball experts, Jake Mintz and Jordan Schusterman of the Baseball Barbie Cast. They're Cespedes Family Barbecue. You know them well, and that's for Yahoo Sports. These guys are the best. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. And Taylor, we're just going to go ahead, throw it over to you. You let us know what our game is for today.
Yep, the game today is 3 strikes and you're out. Teams are divided into 2, so we'll alternate turns and alternate the person guessing.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you have to trust your teammate. The category today is Rookies of the Years from the 2000s, 2000 to 2009.
All right, so Jake or Jordan, you choose which rookie are you going to choose off of this list?
I will go first, and I will do Angel Baroa in 2003, please.
Should have been Hideki Matsui, but that is correct.
Oh, my God.
Thank God he said
wow,
that
salty.
That is not someone I ever would have gotten. That was a mistake on your part. You should not have given us.
Save that poll,
save
man.
that
what
for
are we
later.
doing?
I just thought it was good to come out hot. I want to put my foot down and let these guys know we're not playing around.
Chris, do you want to go ahead and
I'll
go first?
I'll go. And I'm going to do the opposite of them and just take the easiest one for me on the board. Dontrell Willis, 2003.
That is correct.
Yeah.
We're knocking off 2003.
Yeah, 2003 is now gone. Jordan, after one round, we're tied. Jordan,
all right.
What is your first guess?
I'm going to go with the fellow with a few home runs, Mr. Pujols of St. Louis.
There he
I'm going
is.
to go with him.
2001. What year?
Yes, 2001. Yes. Sorry, sorry for clarifying. But with the Cardinals, he was on the Cardinals.
Yes.
This is
was
fascinating.
Pujols.
Okay, time to move over to 2024 Major League Baseball. We've still got Jake and Jordan with us. And guys, I want to start at what maybe was my favorite moment from the last week. Heliot Ramos became the first player ever to hit a home run into McCovey Cove from the right-handed side. Not a lefty pulling the ball into McCovey Cove, but a righty did it. Insane power. So I wonder, this is sort of a fun fact, a tidbit. Is this your favorite fun fact from this MLB season, or is there another that stands out that you can think of, either one of you, that maybe trumps it?
I was watching it live, and I was chopping onions for dinner, and they said it on the broadcast, and I was like, what in the world? So yes, this is undeniably my favorite, just to think about how many lefties have done it and how improbable it seemed that a right-handed batter would ever do it. And for it to be a game-tying home run in the 9th inning too was pretty cool.
I mean, we've talked about this specific instance for years now, and I know that my crew on the broadcast has been talking about this for far longer than we have. Obviously, anyone that's been around the Giants has been thinking about this, but I've always just taken pleasure in looking at when balls are hit to places in ballparks that we don't see. You could just kind of get a sense, because we watch so much baseball, and we've probably watched 90% of the home runs that happen over the course of a major league season, and so when it looks a little bit different. But this is the one. This was the one at the top of the mountain,
and there was a 10-minute period in the winter of 2022 when we thought it would be Aaron Judge.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
Arson Judge was reportedly a member of 2 Giants, and so when that news broke, it was like, oh, well, he's going to be the first guy. Alas, that reporting was not valid.
This is fascinating. I'm going to go.
It's generally what you say when you don't have an answer. And you're
I'm
scrambling.
going to go 2004 Pirates, Andrew McCutchen.
That's gotta be right.
That's a shame.
What? No, I'm an idiot.
I had written
he
down.
ain't that old.
It feels like he is. It feels like he's been in the league forever.
I wrote down McCutchen.
Oh, what a mistake. Back to Jake.
A layup. I'm going to take Mr. Ichiro Suzuki.
Yep.
In 2001, please.
Yep. There he
That
is.
is correct.
Ichiro
There is another
2001.
Mariner
Yeah,
in
we-
2000. I thought that would trip some people up.
Yeah.
It would have tripped me
Especially
up.
the people
No.
in this room that I'm looking at.
You jerk. Chris is back up. We have one strike on the board, obviously. Jake and Jordan do not. Chris, you look super confident.
We go back to the Marlins.
That's what I was going to do. Shit.
Yeah, stay
Yeah,
I gotta
we need to
say,
stay
a lot
on
of
the
rookies of
Marlins.
the year here for a bad team.
Now, I know the two rookies.
Not
I know the two rookies of the year, and I am like 89% sure I have the years
I
right.
think I know which
I'm going to
one
go
is which.
Hanley in 06.
Hanley in 06.
There he
correct.
is. All
Nice
right.
work.
Now, what's the strategy from Jordan here? Because I think
You know
he
what?
knows-
If Jake is going to go with Angel Baroa, then I think I'm going to go with Giovanni Soto
good lord,
2008,
for the
baby.
Chicago Cubs in
Oh
2008.
my
Is that
That's
correct?
That's a great poll.
you guys are so much better at this. Than
Ooh,
we
that
are.
just
I am
Yeah,
not
this
good at
is-
trivia. We're gonna.
So
I'll
speak for
start
yourself,
embarrassing
Jeremy.
myself here
All right.
soon. But I feel the Soto season was.
I'm 2
I
for
mean,
2.
that's talk about Soto's who baseball play. People should be talking about more.
$500 million
that's the-
player.
That's the
one.
Soto for sure. All right. Well, if this is the case, I just need to feel safe. I'm going to go with a Marlin. 2009, Chris Coughlin.
Yeah.
It is Chris Coughlin.
Yeah.
We are losers.
We'll never
Just
forget
going
the
for our
Chris
home-
Coughlin season ever. All right, we're back to Jake here.
Oh, well, you tried to trip us up with those two Mariners. Well, you can't do that because I know that Kaz Sasaki won in 2000.
You gotta be kidding
good.
me.
That is
Before
correct.
Ichiro.
Cat-
Before
Jeez.
Ichiro, he was just setting the stage for Ichiro.
Kaz Sasaki. Is there a team currently in the mix for the postseason that if I called either one of you in about 6 weeks and said, hey, this team just won the World Series, that you would just be completely and utterly shocked by?
Man, I don't know. Like I just watched. You think about the teams at the very bottom of the standings, right?
Right.
The Twins. I just saw them lose in very embarrassing fashion with my own two eyes last night. That would be a team that just because of how poorly they've played, but they still have some recipes that I could imagine now that they're healthier. So I don't know who is the thinnest.
All right, I'm
Here's
gonna
a
hop
weird
in.
one.
Let me hop
Here's a
in.
weird one.
Let me hop
the
in.
Mets. I'm gonna say the Mets.
You would be shocked if it was the Mets?
I-
How is that possible given all of the luck they've had this season?
No,
wrong, wrong.
Okay,
Wrong,
all right.
wrong.
Go-
All right,
wrong.
let's let Jake hop in here.
The Mets have the topsy-turvy irrational magic behind them that you can envision propelling them. The Orioles are less likely to me than the Mets.
Wow.
Simply, yes, I know you're floored by that. The
Wow.
Orioles are the team that I am the most worried about right now because they've had a mediocre to below average offense for the last 2.5 months. They have really two healthy starting pitchers you can trust between Corbin Burns and Zach Eflin. And this was a team that had so much buzz over the first couple months of the season because of how good the offense was. And with injuries and underperformance from guys like Adley Rutschman, this team has really fallen down the pecking order. I don't think they have what it takes to claw back the gap in the AL East from the Yankees. And I can just see them getting bounced in a wild card set.
I don't know. I still think that to your point, it is so wide open. The only thing I feel confident about is that the Astros are going to be in the ALCS. Other than that,
course.
I have no reason to believe anything is going to happen on either side of the bracket.
Guys, I actually do want to talk to you about the Dodgers now because to me, they are in maybe the most interesting position of any team headed into the postseason. What percentage should the panic meter be at if you're a Dodgers fan headed into this postseason? And before you answer this question, just know there's sort of a secret weapon in the back of my mind that I'm going to follow up here with in just a second.
I don't think it's panic. I think it's despondence. I think the way that the Dodgers have bounced from October over the last couple of years in the first round to inferior teams, it's not even freaking out. It's, oh, here we go again. It's that meme.
I think also, I just keep thinking about the news we just got yesterday about Yoshinobu Yamamoto and how they are going to still be fairly conservative in terms of asking him to pitch on regular rest versus regular postseason rest. And that isn't necessarily as important in the postseason just because you do have a lot of off days. But at the same time, I mean, for most pitchers, you're expecting them to go on at least a little bit more shorter rest.
And he hasn't even thrown 5 innings yet. Jerry, I'm gonna jump your question here, which is about Shohei Otani.
Yes, it is. It is about
Right.
Shohei Otani. You're right.
All season long, the Los Angeles Dodgers have been pretty steadfast that Shohei Otani is not going to pitch this year. That they changed their tune, they're worried. And they're like, well, you're hurt. You're hurt. Oh, he pitches. Maybe he could pitch. The swap in the Otani vibe about him pitching tells me that there's at least some level of urgency internally going on with the Dodgers.
Chris, you're up.
I'm going to go 2008 Evan Longoria.
Nice.
Longo.
Yeah, that's
Evan Longoria. That's a good one. We're sending it back over to Jordan.
I am now mildly struggling, but I think I'm going to go with Prince Fielder.
2007?
No.
2007?
No.
That is a strike.
No.
All right,
That is a
if that's a strike, if that's a strike, does that mean I'm
Jake's
up here?
disappointed. As soon as I said, I was like, "Oops, wrong Brewer."
All right, so 2007. I'm going to try to steal that one. I hope I'm right. 2007 Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun.
It is Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, back
As
in
soon
the
as I said, I was
game.
like, "It was Braun."
All right. So Jake, it's
I'm
back to
sorry.
you.
There
Both
you go.
teams
Back
have one
in it,
strike.
boys. You're welcome.
2004 Bobby Crosby. Please. Thank you.
Bobby Crosby.
Which team, just
Yeah.
for clarification?
The Athletics.
Listen,
There you
if
go.
you
No
know,
City.
If you know Bobby Crosby, I shouldn't even ask for the
Yeah,
card.
I don't know why you were bothering. Are we allowed to work collaboratively, or
No.
does Chris just need to? All right, Chris needs to do
The
this on his own.
fact that I can't think of
10
this
seconds.
2005 Philly, it's because this is like the peak of my baseball life. I can't think of that one. I'm going to go 0-2 Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki.
early.
Not that's same.
So
Same as
strikes.
Kutch. He ain't that old.
Yeah,
not that old.
Damn it, that's a shame. Guys, as we head into a weekend full of baseball, just over a week left in this season, is there a series that maybe the folks listening to this or watching this should keep an eye on if they want to prep themselves for postseason baseball?
The Mets going down to Atlanta for 3 games next week in the penultimate series is one that we started to realize could be pretty juicy a few weeks ago and is now setting up to really be something special. There are a couple other divisional matchups that are pretty compelling next week. The Mariners going down to Houston for a last gasp at the division, the Orioles in New York as well. I know those teams are a little bit farther back, but obviously the stakes for the Mets and Braves pushing for that last spot is pretty compelling.
But if you really want to be ill with baseball, then the only series for you, Jordan knows exactly what I'm about to say, is White Sox Angels.
Yes.
Now, maybe not for playoff baseball. The White Sox, who were on pace for the worst record, the worst winning percentage in baseball history, they have won, I think, 3 in a row right now. They beat the Angels last night. They're playing them again next week. They need 5 more wins to ensure that they do not have the worst winning percentage of all time. The Angels, meanwhile, are playing to not have the worst winning percentage in franchise history.
So if you want to see a particularly
That is
relieved handshake line at the end of the night, no matter what happens, you'll see that there.
Well, guys, thank you for the knowledge of 2024 baseball. Let's send it back to our game and see how this competition finishes out. Jordan is up.
What a dumb guess by me.
Yeah.
Jordan, what is your next guess?
I think I'm going to go with Pedroia in 07.
It is Dustin Pedroia.
Wow, Dustin
Yes.
Pedroia.
Yes.
Boston Red Sox.
Felt pretty good about that. And then for some reason, I swerved to Prince in 07. That was stupid. So
I think I have this one. I'm hoping for the best. I'm going back to 2002, but I'm going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays, Vernon Wells.
Strike them.
No! Who would that be? Shit. All right, well, it doesn't even matter at this point, but if you guys want to round out this round or just start, I mean, we've already lost. If you want to just name as many of them as you can here, feel free to rapid fire because we don't know anything.
Okay, here's what I got. I got 06 is Verlander with the Tigers.
yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
04 is Jason Bay
Correct.
with the
Yes.
Pirates.
Is 08 Desmond Jennings or is that too
No,
early?
he already said
No,
Longoria.
that was Longoria.
Oh, we had that right. I
Already
apologize.
said Longoria.
I apologize.
Who's 05
He's
Phillies?
The Phillies? Utley? No, that's
Utley?
too early for Utley, I think.
No, I know the following person won Rookie of the Year. I don't know if it was the 00 Braves or the 02 Jays. I'm going to say Eric Hinsky, 2002 Jays.
Eric Hinsky was the 2002 Brave.
Lord.
I'll go through what we missed.
Yeah.
2000, Rafael Furcal for the Braves.
Oh,
2002,
okay,
Jason Jennings from the Rockies.
I
Eric
would
Hinsky from the
never.
Blue Jays.
Jason Jennings.
We got Jason Bay, 2004 from the Pirates. 2005 from the Phillies, Ryan Howard.
Oh!
For the A's, Houston Street.
Mm.
And then
Yeah, that one I should've got
2009
more.
from the Oakland A's, the last one, Andrew Bailey.
Andrew Bailey.
That 05.
Wow.
That 05 is a punch in the gut. I
That
knew both
is
of those.
Crazy.
I should-
05 is unforgivable for everybody here.
I am-
Yeah, we honestly should feel so bad.
I am
that
ashamed.
nobody
Other
got
than
Ryan
that, I don't
Howard.
feel that bad.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that was a blast. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of the Pitch Clock. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom.
So is Eric Hinsky.